Hey, what up, everyone? Satem Ali here. Look, I've got a message for you, but it's not what you think. It's actually my personal story.
You know that this right here forever. And there will be no surrender. This right here forever.
Like my story of going from the NFL, Super Bowl champion, New England Patriots, figuring out life into mortgages and real estate and being at the height, losing it all, hitting rock bottom, and then having to build our way out to getting here, which is like life's amazing. We went from living in our home in Utah to living in Southern California. And while it looks pretty on the outside, I'm warning you right now, if you don't want real and you don't want like raw and vulnerable, this isn't for you. You probably want to go watch something else on YouTube that would just be really cute. Because I'm gonna tell you the truth, a hard truth of what it really takes. And I'm gonna be real with you. Like Super Bowl 36 was amazing. Tom Brady TB12 is awesome, right? Adam Vinatieri kicks the field goal, scores, the Patriots are Super Bowl champions, and I'm a rookie. I'm like, oh my gosh, it was truly one of the greatest days, like really one of the highlights of my life. And a couple years later, I find myself trying to figure out life now that I'm retired from the NFL. I jump into the mortgage industry, and money was easy back then, right? If you don't understand the mortgage industry back then, it was easy. Like you could print money, you could make money. And I remember just having brand new cars and homes and cash and assets and properties around the country. And I remember my wife looks at me one day and she says, do you think God is gonna take all of this away from us to teach us something? I'm like, don't say that. But whether it was God or not, we were not prepared for the financial Armageddon that 2007, 8, and 9 would bring into our world. We lost everything. Thanksgiving week, 2008, my family comes to our enormous, oversized, brand new home. They pack us up and we began the journey. This journey in the wilderness. We moved our home. We started to sell things. Our cars got repossessed. Our homes, all the properties we had around the country were foreclosed. And those were like tough times. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna make it. I can do this. And within just a couple short years, I would find myself on my knees, begging God to please help us and bless us, even to the tune where I can't put food on the table. We're late on our rent. We're in a 900 square foot townhome. We're struggling every single month. I'm depressed. My wife's like, what's going on? And I'll never forget, like, she's like, what are we gonna do? Like, how are we gonna do it? Like, and I looked at the one thing that I had, which was a Super Bowl ring. And I'm looking at this diamond covered ring, right? Only so many rings go out a year. And I fly to New York City and I'm bawling my eyes the whole way to the airport. I'm sobbing, I'm crying. And I get to New York and I give my ring that I'd worked so hard for. Like, do you understand to get to the Super Bowl, to get to the NFL is one thing. To get to the Super Bowl is another. To win the Super Bowl, whole nother thing. The sweat, the sacrifice, the blood, the tears. I sold my ring. And I gave it up. And a year later, we were on food stamps, EBT, and I filed bankruptcy. And I'm depressed, overweight, discouraged. Like I'm faking my happiness on social media. I'm faking everything at church. I'm faking everything. I'm like, this is not the life that I was born to live. It was ugly. Have you ever been there before? Are you there right now where you've had to sell the thing that mattered the most to you? Have you given up your dream, your hopes? If you have, I got a message for you. You can climb out. 2011, I took my journey on a different path. In my mid-30s, 35 years old, I went to knock doors as, yes, a door-to-door salesman, living in apartments, living in sweaty, gross hotels, driving in 5 people in a car, getting dropped off in areas 6 days a week, grinding. And you know what made it all work? Was my why, my holy cause, my family, my kids. I'll tell you right now how I went from where I was into this dark, deep abyss of financial just getting crushed to where I'm at today about 10, 15 minutes from the beach in Southern California. We live in an amazing area. Like we love where we live. We love our neighbors. We love our community. We love our church family. I take my kids to school. We travel great. We have awesome vacations. We counsel as a family. We go to Disneyland like once a month. It's just, life's changed. And I share this with you why. As an entrepreneur, you're gonna face some challenges that will like the heavy blows to you. Like it's gonna put you down on your knees. And in the moments of despair, in the moments where you're discouraged, in the moments where you're like, dude, I'm giving up. I'm gonna go back and get my job. I'm gonna go back to safety and security. Like, you know what? Maybe they were right. Maybe I should give up. I'm asking you, don't give up. Keep fighting. Because had I given up back then, all of the clients who've ever worked with us and who currently work with us, all of the people that I get to influence and impact and inspire, I never get that chance to help them if I give up. So my invitation for you, like dig in here into the power of who you are. Dig in your heart and soul and find the reason, I call it a holy cause, to get back up and to keep moving forward. I promise you, if you'll not give up, if you'll keep going, if you'll keep moving forward, I promise you, if you'll keep going, don't give up. Look, there were many days I wanted to give up. There were so many nights I wanted to quit. Thankfully, my wife, my significant other, who's my partner, my best friend, she was right there with me. I would look into the faces of my kids. I have 3 boys. I would look into their eyes, and I could just see these beautiful eyes looking at me, calling me, Daddy, Daddy. I never wanted to quit because I never wanted to look at them and say, I'm telling you to go get your dream, son, but I didn't, but you can. No way. There's no way I could have lived with myself. I never wanted my wife to be like, well, you know, my husband's a good dude. He puts a roof over it. I wanted my wife and kids to be like, man, he's our hero. I married the best man. I wanted my kids to be like, I want to be like my dad. My holy cause is my family. Your holy cause may be something else. I promise you right now, if you have these big dreams and goals, if life has knocked you down, if you've gone through an ugly divorce, if you've lost a loved one, if you've had a crisis of faith, don't give up. There's a power of belief inside of you. There's this power inside of you that will drive you to do the impossible. And if you'll just keep going, someone out there is waiting for you. Right? Someone's looking at you. Someone's looking up to you. Someone's waiting for you to live your greatest life. And I'll say this at the end just to really help you get this. The way that you overcame your failures, right? How you got back up after life kept knocking you down, that will become the blueprint for someone else to overcome their biggest demons and dragons so that they can live their greatest life. Here's what I want you to do. If this message has touched you, if it's moved you, if it's given you any kind of insight, you do me a favor. You share this on. Tag someone who needs to hear it. Because I know people have dreams. I know people have purpose and callings. And sometimes they just need to hear that, yes, I went through this. I overcame it. And so can you. And look, it was hard, but it's so worth it. And I'm so grateful for those challenging times because they forged me to who I am today. Tag someone who needs to hear this. Hit the share button. And don't ever give up.